Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Chaddy the Chump channel. And yesterday was the big fight between Dave Allen and Arslanbek Makhmudov. And it was a disappointing result, right? Not the result people were searching for, but it's the result that happened. It was in front of 9,000 fans in Sheffield. Dave Allen in the home reunion, right, the homecoming for him, and he didn't get the result he wanted. It was a bit unfortunate, but that is boxing, and we are going to be talking about the fight today, everything about that, what's next for the future of Dave Allen and the winner Arslanbek Makhmudov. So yes, anyways, let's get right into it. So then, Dave Allen versus Arslanbek Makhmudov. I had high anticipations coming into this fight. I was very excited about it, right? It was a big British UK fight. The fans had got behind Dave Allen. So the sport was huge, but could he do it in the end, right? My opinion, going into it, it was a 50-50 fight. It was a 50-50 fight. And I thought Dave could do it. I thought he had the tactics. He had the IQ to win the fight. But in the end, he fell short. And it just felt like, oh, he's just waiting for him to be tired. He's just waiting for Makhmudov to be tired. But it didn't happen. And Dave also tired because of that. Right. The start of the fight, we knew it was going to be tough for Dave Allen at the start. Makhmudov was going to come heavy on him, and he did. And maybe he came on a lot heavier than Dave had anticipated. But he withheld it, right? In the end, you know, you got to the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and he was trying to land those big shots, right? Trying to knock him out, because, you know, at that point in the fight, you're many rounds down and you're looking for a knockout or to hurt him majorly. And there were times where I thought Dave maybe did hurt Makhmudov, but then after a minute or so, Makhmudov didn't look phased. So the truth was, I don't think he did hurt him really in the fight. Dave Allen wasn't specifically hurt at any point. I don't think Dave took one big shot, but he just took loads of punches and tried to absorb them. But in the end, that drained him out. And, you know, people saying throw more shots, but you're coming forward, you keep getting hit. Makhmudov is landing these combinations on him, even from the back foot. And you're too mentally and physically drained to throw those big shots. And in the end, right, the knockout or even a knockdown didn't come for Dave Allen. It didn't, and it was a Makhmudov win pretty easily, right? I mean, I am Makhmudov, everyone really had Makhmudov winning, even though they wanted to do their best to say, oh, Dave Allen's winning, Dave Allen's winning. The only chance he had of winning on points was some serious, you know, robbery, which didn't happen, which is good for the sport, because I don't want a robbery to happen, right? Even if it is, you know, a fighter who you really want to win, it isn't right for the sport. And in the end, Makhmudov was the better fighter, and Dave Allen said that. He said he wasn't good enough, which I guess is true. You know, it's an unfortunate thing to swallow, but it is true. He just wasn't to the standard that you need to be someone like Arslanbek Makhmudov. He trained hard, he absorbed the shots, he's good at that, he's got a good chin, Dave Allen. But in the end, that doesn't matter, because you've got to land the shots as well. And unfortunately, that just didn't happen, and Arslanbek Makhmudov did get the win. But there were still some good things for Dave Allen. The crowd was amazing. The crowd was very loud, especially during the start of the fight. They were very loud. it was a very, very good crowd, right? Dave Allen has huge support, right? And I think it would be a waste to retire now when you have that big crowd who are going to hopefully stay with him, right? At least some of, like, half of them, even if half of them stayed with him, he'd have a big fan base. And that was really good, and that was very special. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen fans that good, you know, like very loud, like a football match sort of loud. So that is a good thing to come from it. Okay, what is next for each fighter? So we'll start off with the winner, Arslan Makhmudov. Everyone's saying AJ, right? I mean, let's be honest right now. If you're a heavyweight and you win a fight right now, all of a sudden, you know, it's AJ. Everyone knows. Well, I think most people know that AJ won't just go straight to Tyson Fury if that fight does happen. We're going to get an AJ sort of build-up fight, and that's why, you know, Makhmudov, Vianello, these sort of guys, you know, want AJ because they want to be his comeback fight, and they don't mind getting knocked out for that insane price point. Which you would get for an AJ fight. Should Makhmudov fight AJ? I don't see why not. If you want to build up, you know, he's definitely got more of a reputation to him now that he's beaten Dave Allen. Everyone's gonna go, oh yeah, that's the guy who beat Dave Allen. I know him, and he had a decent performance against him. So yeah, Vanello as well got the win on the Boots undercard. I think Makhmudov would be a better choice. But to be honest, you can pick anyone for an AJ, you know, rebuild fight. You could really pick anyone. And Makhmudov, it could be him. Okay, now then. Dave Allen. What's next? I think what was said before the fight was he was going to have one build-up fight and then maybe go for a British title. I think get a build-up fight, maybe on a Matchroom undercard, I'm not sure. Maybe in a small arena in Doncaster or Sheffield, who knows. But then after that, possibly a British title fight. But you've got to take in mind, right? Does he deserve the British title fight? Fraser Clark obviously beat him. Fraser Clark isn't champion yet, but we're gonna see that on the October 25th when Clark TKV fight. If TKV is the British champion, then I think, yeah, do it. Do Dave Allen versus TKV. If Fraser Clark is, I don't think it's very fair that Clark has to fight Dave again. But I'm sure he wouldn't mind it. Another option for Dave Allen is the Johnny Fisher trilogy, right? But I don't know. I think Johnny Fisher should just stay away from that. Rebuild against fighters who, you know, are more beatable and don't have as much of a difficult style as Dave has. But I think Dave will still have a few fights, and I hope he does, because he's got a great fan base and he's just an overall great guy, to be fair. And you know, the amount of content he produces as well, like on YouTube and stuff, is very good. And it's good for boxing to, you know, get that media. And that's why he has become this big name, because of all this with the YouTube channel and all that stuff, really. So I hope we do see Dave return. Okay, quickly before we wrap this up, let's talk about the undercard. Bostan versus Fawaz. What a good fight that was. That was a very good fight. Fawaz wins. I think that was a fair result. It was an entertaining fight. Fawaz's style is pretty entertaining. Bostan just didn't quite do what he had to do. He got caught with a few shots, and in the end Fawaz wins. But Bostan will be back. And I hope we still see Fawaz fight, you know, for maybe Matchroom in, you know, because he's got the English title now. So I hope we see him back and fighting again, because he is a bit old, but he's still entertaining and he's entertaining in the ring and out the ring, so hopefully we see him back. Okay, Josh Padley versus Reese Bellotti. Josh Padley wins. It was a very close fight and the scorecards were absolutely terrible. Like, honestly, you can make an argument for Josh Padley winning, right? I don't mind that, but I think one of the scorecards was 92 to 99 to Josh Padley. Honestly, just a terrible, terrible scorecard. This is the thing with boxing, when you get these sort of scorecards, it makes you like, you know, the fighter has trained all that and, you know, fought very well, and just to give it to a 92 to 99 scorecard, I don't know how you're doing it. I genuinely don't. The crowd was on Padley's side. Maybe that played some sort of factor into the scoring, which it shouldn't do, but even if it does, 99 to 92 to Josh Padley is not acceptable. Reese Bellotti, hopefully they run it back, because it was still a close fight, and I still want to see Reese Bellotti back, so maybe they'll run the rematch back. Okay, that is it for today's video on Dave Allen versus Arslanbek Makhmudov. It's been a good weekend for Matchroom. Obviously, Boots Ennis got that round 1 knockout as well in America for Matchroom. So a successful weekend for Eddie Hearn and Frank Smith. But now we move over to Queensberry, because in 2 weeks we're going to have Parker Wardley. We're going to do a lot of videos on that, and we'll also talk about Fraser Clark versus TKV. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, guys. Of course, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn the notifications for all new videos coming out, boxing related and, you know, football related as well. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.